In this video, I will show you how to work the buttonhole placement in Audrey's cardigan, as well as how to work the buttonhole row. So for buttonhole placement, we'll be placing removable markers where we want our buttonholes to be located. We will want the right side of our work facing us, and the buttonholes are traditionally on the right band, so we'll be placing them right here. And remember, right and left are from the perspective of wearing the sweater, so that's why this is the right front. The first instruction tells you to attach a marker 7 stitches in from the bottom. So I'm going to take one of my removable markers and I'm just going to count 7 stitches in from the bottom here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to go ahead and place a removable marker right here. And then we want to attach another marker about 1 inch down from the underarm area. So the best way to do this is to make a horizontal line with either a ruler or a needle. I have a straight needle right here. So here's my underarm area. And so I'm just going to make a horizontal line across here. And so we want our first buttonhole to be about 1 inch down from here. And then the other instruction says to make sure to place this marker between 2 purl stitches. So about 1 inch down and between 2 purl stitches. You can tell they're purls because, I'm going to move this down a little bit. You can tell they're purls because they have these bumps underneath them. So this would be a good spot right here. And you can also tell it's about 1 inch down because you can see where the V-neck kind of ends. You can see where the curve is here. So we want it to be, 1 to 1.5 inches lower than the stop of that V-neck shaping right there. Then we want to place 2 more markers approximately 12 stitches apart from each other. Now, if you alter the length, just make sure to try to keep the spaces as equal as possible. And also make sure to put your markers in between 2 purl stitches. So let's go ahead and count 12 stitches down from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll place a marker here. And as you can see, it is in between 2 purl stitches. And then we're going to count another 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And again, that's in between 2 purl stitches. And then I'm just going to count to make sure I have around that same amount here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have exactly 12. Now, if you had, let's say 16 instead of 12, that would be okay too, but feel free to move the markers around to try to make things as equal as possible. Just always making sure to place the marker in between 2 purl stitches. Once your markers are placed, we can work our buttonhole row. So I'll just move this around here. So the buttonhole row starts by saying knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 1. So I'll go ahead and do that. Knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, and then purl 1. And then it says to remove the marker. And then it says to yarn over and then knit 2 together. So I'm going to keep the yarn at the front of my work. It was already there because I had worked a purl 1. So keep the yarn in the front. Then do your knit 2 together. So insert your right needle into the next 2 stitches. Then bring your yarn around to the back to knit those 2 stitches together. So you can see right there, there's our yarn over and then there's our knit 2 together. So that yarn over actually created the buttonhole. And then the last step, it says to knit 1. Okay, then it says to purl 2, knit 2 to 1 stitch before the next marker. So I'll do my purl 2, knit 2, and then you're just going to keep repeating that to 1 stitch before the next marker. Okay, so we're 1 stitch before the next marker. Then it says to purl 1, then remove the marker, then yarn over, knit 2 together. Again, because my yarn is still in the front of the work, I'm just going to keep it there. Then I'm going to knit the next 2 stitches together. And then it says to knit 1. And then the next instruction says to repeat from star through the last marker. So you're just going to do the purl 2, knit 2 to 1 stitch before the next marker, then do that yarn over, knit 2 together, knit 1, and then you'll do it 1 more time through your last marker here. And then it just says to purl 2, knit 2 all the way to the end. So do that all the way to the end. So that is your buttonhole row. After that, your next 5 rows will just be continuing in the established knit 2, purl 2 rib stitch pattern. So that is how you do your buttonhole placement and work your buttonhole row in Audrey's cardigan.